Hi! Yet again, I'm kind of batch recording videos, so I'm wearing the same clothes in like every single video I filmed. It's because I'm filming them all on the same day, so... I thought I would do a fun thing today that was started by Jessie the Reader. I feel like most tags on YouTube seem to be started by Jessie the Reader. I don't know how he comes up with so many amazing tags, but there you go. So I'm going to be doing the How Well Do I Know My Books challenge, or the Without Looking challenge. And this is basically, you ask people to give you two numbers. The first number correlates to a shelf on your bookshelves, and then the second number correlates to the book, like the book on that shelf, so you count along, and that's the book. So you have to see what the book is, just kind of by the spine, and then you have to answer a question about that book without looking at it, so it kind of tests how well you know your books. For me, this is going to be difficult because I have so many books I haven't read. I think because I'm a nerd, recently I did a spreadsheet of all my books, and I did a percentage of how many of them I've actually read and how many of them I haven't, and I think it turns out I've read something like 30% of all the books that I own, which is kind of terrifying. Like, I have so many books that I keep meaning to read. So a challenge like this is going to be kind of impossible, I think, but let's see. So I've got all the questions on my phone here, and I've got all the numbers that people gave me. So let's do it. Just before we start, I have two shelves here behind me. I've got this big one here, I've got the smaller one here, and then I have another one here, which is the one that I usually film in front of, that is off the side so you can't see it. I will try and like move the camera around, I guess, when I'm trying to like find the right book. So let's just see how this goes. Our first set of numbers is 7 and 26. So I think I'm going to do this where the bookshelf here to the side of me starts from number 1, and then I'll do like this next big one here starts from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7 will be like the top shelf of over here, and then the little one over there starts at 13 and goes down. So if I try and remember that, that's how I'm going to do it. So if a number goes too long and there aren't enough books on that shelf, I'll just kind of like go along and then start going backwards again, or go from the beginning again. Okay, let's go. So 7 and 26 are my first numbers. So let's see what this book is. So number 7 is over here.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 26.
Okay, so we have This Book is Gay by Juno Dawson, and the question is, without looking at the description, tell us what the book is about. Now this is one I haven't read. I really need to. I got it ages ago because I got it signed at Yalk, but I haven't read it. But I know that it is like a non-fiction, all about different sexualities and transgender and stuff like that. That's about as much that I know. So the blurb is, whether you fancy boys or girls or both, whether you feel like a boy or a girl on the inside, you're just you, right? With laugh-out-loud wit and wisdom, Juno Dawson smashes the myths and prejudice surrounding sexual orientation and gender identity and tells it how it really is. Us human beings are a complicated bunch, and not one of us should be labelled wrongly just because we don't fit somebody else's idea of normal. So there you go. That, I think I summed it up pretty well. It's a book about sexual orientation and gender. I think I got that right. That's 1. Number 2, we have... I'm going to read the question first, actually. That makes more sense, because some questions are about the cover, and I don't want to take a book off the shelf and look at the cover if the question is then about the cover. So the next question is, without looking it up, what is the genre of this next book? So we have 7 and 15. So we've got 7 again. Let's go. Okay, so the book is my favourite book ever, Challenger Deep by Neil Testament. So that isn't hard. I wish all of these questions could just be Challenger Deep, because that owns my entire heart. Challenger Deep is young adult contemporary. I think that's all you would say for genre, really. I guess it's almost kind of fantasy-ish in some parts, but it's not. Like, it's all to do with what's inside his head. So yeah, it's young adult contemporary. That was easy. Question 3. Without looking it up, what is the main character's name? And we have 11 and 14. So this book is Prodigy, which is the sequel to Legend by Marie Lu. Haven't read them, so I have absolutely no idea what the main character's name is. Let's just think of a random name and see if I'm right. I'm gonna go with Beth. Oh man, it's first person. How am I gonna find out what the main character's name is? I don't know what the main character's name is. I can't find it. I don't want to read too much because of spoilers. Tell me what it is. I'm assuming it's not Beth. So that's one wrong. Damn it. Without looking at the book, tell us what's on the cover. This is going to be interesting because obviously main characters' names are kind of harder to know if you haven't read the book, whereas covers, you buy the book at some point, so you've seen the cover. So this is going to be an interesting one. Let's see what numbers we have to work with. We have 7 and 21. A lot of people are doing 7, which for me is kind of great because my 7th shelf up there is my favourite books. So this should be, hopefully, alright. So the book is Birthday by Meredith Russo. It's like a really plain cover. It's like a kind of creamy white cover that just says like birthday and then Meredith Russo on it, and it's got a rainbow coloured candle on the cover. And that's it. I think that's it. I think that's all that's on it. Ta-da! I was right. I got this recently from Illumicrate. Also, look at these edges. How cool are these frayed edges? Oh, I love it. I just realised I said the top shelf is my favourite books. I haven't read this, but I also have like a little collection of LGBT books, so that's why it's up there. But there you go, I was right. 8 and 17, and the question is, without looking, name a side character. God. Okay, if I haven't read this, there's probably no way I'm going to get this. I feel like I'm cheating. I'm not even cheating, but this is so easy. I literally feel like I'm cheating. It's Harry Potter. So, how many side characters can I even name? I could be here all day and name all the side characters. Let's say, I'd say Ron and Hermione are actually main characters in themselves. Like, I know Harry's in the name, but Ron and Hermione are like a big deal on their own. So I'm not going to count them. I'm going to count them as main characters. Let's say Neville. Neville Longbottom, who is one of my faves. Yeah, that was so easy. I'm so glad that that worked out the way it did. So next, we have 6 and 23. So we're over on this shelf over here. And the question is, guess how many pages the book has without looking. If you guess 25 below or 25 above the number, you can count it as a win. So the book is Never Fade by Alexandra Bracken, the sequel to The Darkest Minds. This is a chunky book. So like, if you see how thick this book is, it's like, that's quite a thick book. Wait, am I allowed to like compare it to a book I've just read? Like, I just reviewed Full Disclosure in another video, and this is like 290 pages, I think. And like, if you compare, look at the difference here. Like, look at the difference in size between these two books. It's so hard to tell. But then this is like a proof, so I know the pages are probably going to be thinner than like a regular book, maybe. But like, that's still a sizable difference. Look at that. And if that's 290, I think I'm going to go for Let's try and be specific here. It's 25 under or over to be right. So this has got to be quite specific. I can't just go for like a general round 100. This is so much pressure. I'm gonna go with 530 pages. Moment of truth. It has 553. I said 530, it has 553. That's 23 more pages. That was so close. Oh my god, that's incredible. That's a win. I'm getting so lucky with this challenge. To get Harry Potter to name a side character and then to be within like 23 pages of that. That's amazing. I'm a genius. So next we have 13 and 24. So we're back on this shelf again and we have 24. The question is, what rating did you give this book? If you land on a book you haven't read, pick a new set of numbers. Okay, so let's see. Okay, we're actually on this shelf, the little small shelf.
So, let's see.
So we have Illuminae by J. Kristoff and Amy Kaufman, which is one I've read, which is good. I liked this a lot. I can't remember if I gave it 4 stars or 5. Like, I can't remember if at the time I loved it enough to give it 5 or if I gave it 4. Because like the way I rate books is that I tend to give 5 to ones that blew me away and like they're my favourite books and I loved them. And I tend to give 4 to ones that were still amazing but they're not just like my ultimate favourites. So I guess it depends on how generous I was feeling as soon as I finished this. Like, I liked it a lot, but I can't remember if I liked it enough to give it a 5. I think I'm going to go with 4. That's what I would give it now. So let's see. I'll check my Goodreads. Damn it! I gave it 5. Oh my god, clearly I was being generous when I rated this. I'd probably give it 4 now because it was good, but it's not just like, it didn't blow my mind. It was just really good. But I gave it 5, so. I thought this would be an easy one, god damn it. So next we have 11 and 27. And the question is, without looking, where does this book take place? So, I bet this is going to be one I haven't read, so I'm going to have to guess, but there you go. 11 and 27. Oh, okay, 27 is this beast, Priory of the Orange Tree. Haven't read it. I'm going to assume, though, it takes place in, like, tons of different places because it's this massive and it's like an epic fantasy, which means I'm assuming it takes place in like loads of different places. But I guess I can't have that as an answer because I'm not actually stating specific places. I have no idea. I'm gonna have to fail this one. No idea. I haven't read this. Don't know when I will get around to reading it because it's so fat. It's like, how many pages is this? It's like over 800 pages. Yeah, I'm gonna have to fail this. I have no idea. So I was just looking at the maps in the front and yes, there are like a million different places where it's set. Some of them I'm not even sure how to pronounce, so I'm not even gonna try. Let's move on. Next up, we have 8 and 17. Without looking, what are the parents' names? My god. I don't even think that many books have parents in them, especially young adult books. So I've just realised this is a completely different person giving me numbers, but they've given me the same numbers that I've already done previously, and it's Harry Potter again. The same Harry Potter book. I'm not changing that because it was a different person entirely. They just happened to give the same numbers. So This is another easy win. What are the parents' names? James and Lily. Nice. That's fun. I love when that happens. I want them all to be Harry Potter. I can answer all the questions then. So next we have 11 and 18. This might be a difficult one because this is, without looking at the hardback, what colour is the book under the dust jacket? I don't have that many hardbacks. I only have like a couple of shelves of hardbacks. Most of mine are paperbacks. So I think what I'm going to do is, I won't do like the shelf number for this. What I'm going to do is go to like a random number generator and I will do it on my shelf of hardbacks because that makes sense. So we have number 10 on my shelf of hardbacks. So the book that came up is Gideon the Ninth, which I've just got in a Lobo Crate box recently, and I can't wait to read it. But I know that the cover under the dust jacket is black because there's black sprayed edges as well, and it's all like entirely black. Here's the book, and here's the cover. Hooray! Right, all of these I'm going to do the same thing where I do like the random number because they're all about hardbacks. So I will go through all my hardbacks and count that way. Without looking, is there anything on the hardback like an imprint or an image of some sort? So the book is An Absolutely Remarkable Thing by Hank Green. I haven't read this, which might come as a shock to you. I don't know if there's anything underneath this dust jacket. I wouldn't even know what it is underneath the dust jacket, even if there is something on it. I mean, on the cover, there's like all of these little man shapes, like these. I'm going to assume that there could be one of those on the cover, or it might just be completely plain. I am gonna guess that there's nothing on it and that it's completely plain, or that there's one of these dude things on it. No, I think I'm gonna go with plain. I'm gonna guess it's completely plain. Yes. I think we have another hardback question next, and it is, without taking the dust jacket off, what is the colour of the font on the hardback? The book is Ramona Blue, by Julie Murphy. I'm gonna assume, like, the cover I can see underneath the jacket is white. So I know it won't be white text. That rules out one colour. I mean, it could either be like this red colour of her name, or it's gonna be blue because it's like Ramona Blue. I'm gonna guess blue because that seems like the obvious answer here. It's pink. It's like this reddy pink colour of her name. God damn! Ah! I thought blue would have been the obvious answer. Ah, god damn. Okay, next. I think I'm back to like regular books now, not hardback, so I can go back to the numbers that people gave me. So next we have, without looking, do the chapters have titles or are they just numbered? If I can get challenged deep for this, then that would be amazing because I know that they're titled, but I probably won't. 2 and 3. So I have the proof copy of On the Come Up by Angie Thomas. I read this a while ago, so I can't remember exactly, but I think I'm just going to assume that they're just numbered, not titled. I think I'm just going to go with numbers, not titles. Yeah. See? So next is, without looking at the book cover, does it have an award on it? I don't think I've got that many book covers that have awards on the front of them, but then maybe I do and I just haven't really paid any attention before. Yeah, okay, let's see. Any awards on the cover? And the numbers, we have 8 and 8. This is 8, which means it's going to be Harry Potter again. Number 8 is like the 2014 edition of The Prisoner of Azkaban. I assume that they don't have awards on them, like all the Harry Potter books. I assume that they're not going to have awards on the covers. Like, they might have a thing saying like a certain number of years of Harry Potter, but I don't think they have awards on. I don't think that any of the Harry Potters do. No. No award. Hooray! My god, there are a lot of questions in this tag. I think I'm like halfway through. If you're getting bored, I'm sorry, you can go, but please don't. Please stay. Right, without looking, does this book have any author blurbs on the front cover? And the numbers I have are 8 and 23. 8 again, means Harry Potter, and I know that they don't. Let's see. So 23 is actually Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, like the original book. And I'm now kind of doubting myself whether it has like a fictional quote on the front cover, but I don't think it does. I think they're just kind of like quite minimal covers, so I'm going to say no. No, it doesn't. I thought so. Cool. I feel like this is like a cheaty thing where they're all Harry Potter, but I mean, if that's my shelf and that's the numbers people are giving me, then I can't help it. Without looking, does this book have a description on the back? I mean, most of my books are paperbacks, like I said, and they tend to have the description on the back. It's not like hardbacks where the description might be like under the flap on the front. I have shelf 5 and book 9. And this is... See, this is a difficult one now because I think it's a proof copy. I have The Hand, the Eye and the Heart by Zoe Marriott. But then it might be a finished copy. I can't remember. I know it was sent from the publisher, but I don't know if they would have sent a proof or a finished copy. I'm going to say that yes, it does have the description on the back just because it's a paperback and most paperbacks tend to. So yeah, I'm going to say yes, it does have the description. Yeah, it does. There. So next we have 3 and 5, and the question is, I've lost the question again. Without looking, does this book have an author photo? And we have 3 and 5, so over here again. So this book is The Sun Is Also a Star by Nicola Yoon. I'm gonna say yes. I feel like most young adult books tend to have them. Like they tend to have author photos in them somewhere. So I'm gonna assume that yes, this does. There she is. Without looking it up, is this author using a pen name? I never really know if an author's using a pen name or not. I don't really pay attention to these things. 7 and 10. Nope, she doesn't. This is The Loneliest Girl in the Universe by Lauren James, and I know that she doesn't use a pen name. Unless she does, and my mind's going to be blown, but I'm pretty sure her actual name is Lauren James. So, there you go. Without looking, what POV is this book written in, first or third? Let's hope it's not like a Give Yourself Goosebumps book, where they're always written in second, because then I can't answer this question. And the numbers are 9 and 1.
So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
The book is the first book in the Morganville Vampire series by Rachel Kane. We haven't had this shelf yet, which is good really because they're all Morganville books on that shelf, so there wouldn't be much variation. These are definitely written in first person, I know that for sure. Unless, again, my mind is going to be blown, and it isn't, but... Wait. Is it not? Oh my god, is it actually not written in first person? Why was I so certain this was written in first person? I just assumed young adult is usually written in first person. Oh my god, I've read like 10 of these books. I mean, okay, a few years ago, I haven't read them for a while. But even so, I've read like 10 of them and I still assumed they were all first person and they're not, they're in third. And I say I'm a fan of these books. God damn it, I'm so annoyed at myself. So next, shelf 15, that's a high number, we haven't had that yet. And book 5. Without looking, are there any pictures or graphics in this book?
So 15 and 5.
This book is Einstein's Greatest Mistake by David Bodanis. I mean, it's like a non-fiction book about Einstein, so I'm gonna assume that this has like illustrations in, you know, like diagrams, that's the word. I'm gonna assume it has like diagrams and stuff in because it's about Einstein and science and stuff. So yes, I'm gonna say yes, it does. I bet it now doesn't. This is gonna be like Morganville all over again. Yes, it does. I am right. It has like diagrams and stuff all the way through it. Like, for example, like here, there's like scientific diagrams and stuff all the way through it. Like there's tons, and then there's pictures of Einstein and people that he knew and stuff as well. So, yeah. We have 8 left. This is a long tag. I've been filming now for 42 minutes. That's how long this tag is. This video is going to be long. Without looking, does this book have an epilogue? Ooh, okay, that could be a challenging one. We have shelf 2, book 11. So this is I Have No Secrets by Penny Jolson. I haven't read this. I don't know, I have no idea if this would have an epilogue or not. For some reason I'm getting the feeling that it's the kind of book that would have one, and I don't know why. I'm gonna say that yes it does. I know, am I? No, I'm gonna go against my gut. I'm gonna say no, it doesn't have one. No, it doesn't. Good, I'm glad I went against my gut. That shows that I'm probably wrong if I go with my gut feeling. It doesn't have one, so I'm right. So the next one is, without looking, does this book have a prologue? I'm on shelf 10, book 12.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, book 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
The book is The Creakers by Tom Fletcher, and I'm going to say no, it doesn't. I think it just goes straight into the chapters. Bet it will now, and I'll be annoyed. Oh my god! It has a goddamn prologue. Prologue. That's so annoying! God's sake! So next, after that failure of a question, we have, without looking, is this book signed? Now I should know this. Yet again, I bet, judging by how many failures I've had in this, I will get this wrong, but there you go. Shelf 14, book 12. I don't know. So this book is Once and Future. I was sent this by the publisher, so I'm gonna assume that it's not signed because publishers don't tend to send out signed books. So I'm gonna say no, it isn't. If it is, then my mind's blown again. No, it isn't. Cool. Without looking, do the page numbers have a design or above or below them, or none at all? Shelf 10, book 3.
So we have 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3.
And we have More Than This by Patrick Ness. I haven't read this. Surprise, surprise. I think I'm going to say no. I'm going to say the page numbers are just plain and don't have a design around them. Yeah, I was right. There you go. Don't know if you can see. Right there. Plain numbers. Without looking, do the chapter headers have designs on them? And we have 8 and 10. Oh, we have this hefty thing, Order of the Phoenix. It's my Harry Potter shelf again, but this time I don't know the answer. I haven't even really looked at these editions yet. I basically bought a second set of all the books so I can annotate them. Like, me and my sister want to read the books and annotate them. Because they're Harry Potter, I'm gonna say yes, I think they probably will have designs on the chapters. I can't find a chapter. Ah, yes, I was right, they do. They have like these kind of sparkly bits around the chapters. I'd say that's a chapter design. Without looking, are the acknowledgments in the front or the back of the book? I feel like I don't see them in the front very often. You get like a little dedication in the front, but I feel like most of the time acknowledgments are in the back. So I don't know, let's see. And this is a proof copy, so sometimes the acknowledgments aren't even written yet in the proof copy. Or maybe that's the dedication, I don't know. But this is The Truth About Keeping Secrets by Savannah Brown, and this is the arc. And like I said, most acknowledgements are in the back, so I'm going to say that they're probably in the back of the book. And yes, they are. Without looking, what year was this book published? Oh, okay, that's an interesting one. We have shelf 10, book 20. This one is The Knife of Never Letting Go by Patrick Ness. This... I mean, I guess I can kind of cheat here because I know that these black editions were for 10 years of this series being published, and I think I bought these last year, maybe? It definitely wasn't this year that these were out. I think this has got to be last year, which means this has got to be 2008, right? Following that logic, so I'm going to say 2008. Yes, there you go. This edition published 2018, published 2008. And we're on the final question. If you've stayed this long, then I salute you. You're incredible. I don't even think I would watch a video for this long, but there you go. It's not my fault for the tag being so long. The last question is, without looking, what year did you read this book? Surely this would be an easy one. Shelf 14, book 7.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 7.
This is a good start. I haven't actually read many books on this shelf, so I might have to pick more numbers. Let's see. Okay, it's one that I've actually read, and it's Calling Major Tom by David M. Barnett. And look at this cover, by the way. How cool is this cover? I just love this. It's amazing. This was the proof cover, I think. I mean, if this was a proof, I probably would have read it like around the time it came out, and I think it came out in, I don't think it was last year. I think it was before last year. So I think I'm gonna go with 2017. Did I put the date that I read it though? That's the question. April 2017. So we've ended on a correct one. Thank God. So there you go. I haven't been keeping up, so I don't actually know how well I've done. I guess I will see in the editing how well I've done. But I think I've done pretty well. I don't think there were that many I got wrong. Watch me embarrass myself now, and it turns out that when I edit this I realise that I've got like 80% of the wrong. But I don't know, I tried my best. I have so many books that I haven't read yet on my shelves, so to do a tag like this is pretty difficult, but I think I've done pretty well. If you want to do this tag, I'll put all the questions below in the description. Thank you to Jesse the Reader for creating this tag, and so many other amazing tags. Like, I don't know how he comes up with so many. So yeah, thanks to him. And if you liked this, then please let me know. Let me know if you want me to do more videos like this. I will try and make them shorter because this was just ridiculously long. Yeah, let me know what you think, and subscribe to the channel below for more bookish content. I will see you soon. Bye!